Daniel Rivers was a single father trying his best to raise his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Ever since his wife passed away during childbirth, life had been an uphill battle. Between juggling 2 part-time jobs, late rent notices, and Lily's chronic asthma, Daniel had aged years in just months. This particular morning, like most, started in a rush. Daniel had just dropped Lily off at school and was heading to the office building where he worked as a janitor on the night shift, hoping to pick up his final paycheck. He was planning to apply for a better job across town afterward. Life couldn't stay this hard forever, he believed. As he entered the building lobby, he saw a woman stumbling out of a sleek black car. She was dressed immaculately, a power suit, heels, expensive leather bag, and eyes that screamed exhaustion, despite the elegance. She rushed into the elevator with him. Just as the elevator doors began to close. The lights flickered, and then it jolted violently. They were stuck. Emergency lights flickered on, casting an eerie glow in the small space. Daniel, ever calm in crisis, thanks to years of fatherhood and survival, immediately pressed the emergency button. No response. The woman, breathing heavily, clutched her purse and sat on the floor. This can't be happening, she muttered. Not today. You okay? Daniel asked, concerned. She hesitated, clearly not used to vulnerability. I'm Olivia, CEO of Cortex Technologies. I'm late for a board meeting, and my phone is dead. Daniel offered a kind smile. Name's Daniel. I work here, well used to. They sat in silence for a moment. So what's in the bag that's got you so worried? Daniel joked, trying to lighten the mood. Olivia looked away. Nothing, just personal things. As time dragged on, Olivia started to look pale. She seemed shaky. Daniel offered her a bottle of water from his satchel. She took it without speaking. Then, her purse slipped and fell open on the floor. Papers, a pen, and a small envelope fell out. Daniel instinctively helped gather the contents, but when he picked up the envelope, his breath caught. The return address, the name. He blinked twice to be sure. It was a letter addressed to his daughter, Lily Rivers, from an adoption agency. Daniel stared at the letter, hands trembling. I don't understand. Why do you have this? He asked, his voice barely a whisper. Olivia froze, her confident, polished exterior cracked. You weren't supposed to see that, she said, eyes wide with panic. Answer me, he demanded, heart pounding. Why is there an adoption letter for my daughter in your purse? Tears welled up in Olivia's eyes. Because I was going to adopt her. Daniel stepped back, disoriented. What are you talking about? Lily has me. She has a father. She was listed in the agency's confidential files. There was a mistake in the system. It said she was in temporary foster care. Olivia said, voice cracking. I've been trying to adopt for years. I can't have children of my own. When I saw her file, I felt something. I never thought she had family. Daniel's knees buckled. She's all I have left. I would never give her up. The elevator was silent, thick with emotion. Finally, Olivia whispered, I didn't mean any harm. When I found out she wasn't truly available, I backed out, I swear. But I kept the letter, because, there was something about her eyes. I felt like I knew her. Daniel's heart was racing. Lily's mother, his late wife, was adopted and had spent her early years in the system before being taken in by a kind family. But she'd never known her biological roots. Could there be a connection? Wait, What's your full name? He asked slowly. Olivia Ann Matthews, she replied. His eyes widened. My wife, Her birth name was Emily Matthews. She found it on old hospital records. Said she always wondered if she had a sibling out there. Asterisk Olivia dropped her purse. Emily? No, that can't be. Emily Matthews was my twin sister. We were separated at birth. I spent years trying to find her, but the records were sealed. They stared at each other, realization crashing down like a tidal wave. You're Lily's aunt, ... Daniel whispered, ... Just then, the elevator jolted back to life. The doors opened to a crowd of security guards and technicians. But Daniel and Olivia weren't the same as when they entered. In the lobby, neither spoke. Finally, Olivia touched his arm gently. I never meant to interfere, but maybe this was meant to happen so Lily could have more than just one person who loves her. Daniel looked at her for a long time. She deserves that, but only if you're ready to be in her life. Not as a stranger with papers. As family. Tears spilled from Olivia's eyes. I am. The days after the elevator incident were a whirlwind. Olivia sent a handwritten letter to Daniel. Not a business email, not a legal document, but something real. Dear Daniel. I have spent years climbing corporate mountains, building empires, and sitting in rooms filled with power. Yet the most important room I've ever stood in was that elevator. I'm not asking for forgiveness or a place. I'm only asking for a chance to be part of Lily's life, however small, however slow. Olivia, Daniel read it over and over. He thought of Lily's bedtime stories, of how she always asked about her mother, even though she had never known her. He thought about the way Lily looked at Olivia, curious, not afraid. So he agreed to meet again, but this time, with Lily. It started with small things. A picnic at the park. Olivia sat stiffly on the blanket, clearly uncomfortable out of her office heels and into sneakers. Lily giggled at her attempts to play tag. You run like a robot, Lily teased. Daniel tensed, but Olivia laughed. Well, I've been working like one for 20 years. That made Lily laugh harder. From that day, Olivia began showing up every Saturday. Sometimes with books, sometimes with paint. Once, she brought a photo album, a single black and white baby photo labeled Emily and Olivia, 3 months old. Lily pointed. That's my mom. Olivia nodded, her voice shaky. Yes. She was your mom, and my sister. Lily looked at her for a long time. Then you're kind of like half my mommy. Olivia burst into tears. Daniel gently placed a hand on her shoulder. For the first time, he saw something different in her. Not the CEO, not the woman from the elevator, but family. One day, Daniel found a dusty box in the attic. Inside were Emily's journals, letters she had never mailed, drawings she made while pregnant, and a single envelope, unopened. He recognized the handwriting. To my sister, Olivia. If you ever find this, hands trembling, Daniel called Olivia. When she arrived, she couldn't speak as she took the envelope in her hands. She read Emily's words in silence, eyes wide and wet. Live, if you're real. If you're out there, I hope life was kind to you. I never stopped wondering. I hope we meet someday. Maybe not in this life, but in the eyes of my child. Olivia clutched the paper to her chest. Daniel watched quietly, for the first time since his wife's death. He felt something unthinkable peace. As weeks turned into months. Olivia changed. The woman who once commanded boardrooms with icy precision, began arriving at Daniel's apartment with cookies. She burned in the oven. She learned how to braid Lily's hair, read bedtime stories with too many voices, and laugh without checking her phone. She even stepped away from the CEO role, announcing she was taking a sabbatical. I've made enough money, she told Daniel, but I've missed enough life. Daniel smiled. Welcome to the real world. They began to build something fragile but strong, a trio bound by loss, but mended by love. Lily didn't know the word redemption, but she felt it. Every time she saw her father smile again. Every time Olivia tucked her in. Every time she asked, "Can Aunt Liv come too?" One rainy afternoon, Lily sat with crayons and wrote a letter. She handed it to Daniel and Olivia at dinner. Dear Mommy, I never met you, but Daddy says you were kind and brave and funny. I think you sent Aunt Liv to take care of us, because sometimes I see her cry when she sees your picture. I love her. I think you would too. Love, Lily. They both cried that night, but they didn't cry alone. Years later, at Lily's high school graduation, a photo hung in the hallway. 3 people, 1 family. A father who never gave up, a CEO who became a sister again, and a little girl who healed them both.